We like to think we see the world clearly, but neuroscience tells a different story. Reality isn't something you witness. It's something your brain assembles on the fly. Your thoughts, memories, even your sense of self are pieced together predictions, not snapshots of objective truth. What you perceive isn't the world itself, but your brain's best guess of what the world should be, optimized for survival, coherence, and meaning. 1. You're living in a simulation inside your head. You don't see the world as it is. You see what your brain predicts it should be. Neuroscientist Anil Seth calls this a controlled hallucination, a best guess, not a direct feed from reality. In other words, you're already in a simulation. It's just one that your brain generates in real time. Try looking at your nose. It's always in your visual field, but your brain filters it out. Why? Because it's not useful. That's the core of perception. We don't see what's there. We see what's useful, an adaptive rendering that maximizes survival, not accuracy. 2. You never see the present. You see the predicted present. Imagine you're driving at 50 miles per hour. Suddenly, a car barrels through a red light. Before your eyes register the danger, your brain has already begun to act. Not because you're psychic, but because you're predictive. Your brain constantly scans for patterns, movement, shadows, glints of light, and anticipates what's likely to happen. By the time you see the car, your foot is already hovering over the brake. Here's the twist. You never perceive the world in real time. Conscious experience runs about 80 milliseconds behind the physical present. To compensate, your brain projects forward, creating a best guess of what's about to happen. You don't see what is, you see what your brain expects, just in time. It's not a lag, it's a survival strategy. 3. Your memories are mostly lies, but convincing ones. Memory isn't a replay, it's a reconstruction. Each time you recall something, your brain doesn't retrieve a file. It rebuilds the moment from fragments, feelings, and your current perspective. And each recall subtly rewrites the original. That means your past is as much a guess as your present. The more you remember something, the more your brain edits it, folding in new emotions and hindsight. That's why vivid memories are often less accurate than hazy ones. They've simply been rewritten more. But this isn't a flaw. It's a functional benefit. Your brain isn't trying to preserve the past. It's trying to learn from it. By updating your internal story, you're integrating experience, adapting to new contexts, and reshaping who you are. We remember not just to reminisce, but to evolve. 4. You lie to yourself so you can lie better to others. Biologist Robert Trivers argued that self-deception evolved not as a defect, but as an adaptive advantage. We lie to ourselves because it helps us lie more convincingly to others. And deception, whether in poker, politics, or relationships, can mean survival. It's the logic behind fake it till you make it. If you believe your own illusion, others are more likely to believe it too. Self-deception is both evolutionarily beneficial and neurologically reinforced. The brain prefers a coherent illusion over an uncomfortable truth. And when enough people share the same illusion, we call it reality. 5. You're not just a person, you're a persona. We like to believe we express our true selves, but in reality, we're all playing roles. Psychologically healthy people construct a persona, a flexible, adaptive mask shaped by social demands. This isn't dysfunction, it's survival. Your sense of self is less a stable identity and more a social simulation. You predict which version of you is most likely to gain acceptance or avoid conflict. You act differently with your boss than with your best friend. That's not inauthentic, it's human. The real illusion is believing there's only one true self. So, when someone says, just be yourself, the real question is, which self? 6. You don't just live life, you story it. We're not rational creatures who sometimes feel. We're storytelling creatures who feel first and make up reasons after. Most of what we believe and do is shaped by the narratives we tell ourselves. Why a relationship ended. What our future should look like. What others really meant. It's all a running mental movie that's written, directed, and edited by your brain. This is predictive processing in action. Your brain builds a model of the world, then scripts what's likely to happen next, filling in gaps and motivations. It doesn't have to be real, just coherent. That's why two people can share the same event and walk away with different truths. They're living in different stories. And if your story changes, so does your reality. 7. You manufacture your joy and your suffering. Much of what you feel isn't logical. It's learned. Your brain uses prior associations and predictions to construct experiences like happiness, fear, and pain. These aren't direct reflections of reality. They're simulations generated to match expectations. The placebo effect proves it. A sugar pill can relieve pain if your brain believes it will. So does the nocebo effect. Negative expectations can worsen symptoms even when nothing is wrong. You don't suffer because reality is harsh. You suffer because your brain predicts you should. Even chronic pain, once thought to stem from physical damage, is often traced to prediction errors. When the brain keeps signaling danger after the injury is gone. Consider how slipping into a new suit or your favorite outfit can instantly make you feel more powerful, attractive, or sophisticated. The shift feels real, because it is, but it comes from meaning, not matter. Your brain isn't responding to fabric. It's responding to who it believes you've become. So, what does all this mean? If reality is a mental model, not a mirror, then you're not just a passive observer of life. You're its architect. You don't have to wait for the world to change to feel better, do better, or become who you want to be. Your brain is already rewriting the script in real time. The stories you tell yourself, the roles you play, the meaning you assign to pain or joy. All of it is malleable. And that gives you power. Power to reframe, to reinvent, to reimagine better outcomes and live into them. Because if reality is a simulation built on expectation, then you can start expecting something better. And that's where real transformation begins.